never introduced her to him. I should have never introduced my family to him.
Everyone, welcome to this all new edition of Viral Season 2 here on Connect and on our Facebook page and our YouTube page and on the personal page as well. I'm glad to be back on Viral. This is our investigation show, and what a way we kick out in 2019 with a bang. We kick it off with RKelly. Many of you saw the RKelly docu-series, the 6-part 3-day docu-series on Lifetime, SurvivingRKelly. But first things first, join in that conversation right here using the hashtag viral here on Connect. All right. Many of you could say you can love RKelly, you can hate RKelly, but you cannot deny the man's musical prowess. The man is musically gifted. He's talented. But throughout the years, RKelly has developed a reputation where he's attracted to young women. And this docu-series explores everything that we know, that you might know out there in TV land about RKelly. But first things first, let's go back in time and see how this whole thing transpired. Take a look.
Can you describe the physical abuse? God, I can't take another day. I can't do this anymore. Why didn't anyone know this? We all know this. No one cared because we were Black girls.
I'm sorry. It's okay. I never introduced her to him. I should have never introduced my family to him.
He's the puppet master. It was very scary because I knew at that moment I had a secret.
Sparkle is alleged to have received significant payment.
I didn't take the money because I can't be bought. He ain't a monster by himself. It took some help.
I was just ready to get the hell out of there.
Black women don't get the same recognition as our white counterparts. And I wish that would change.
A grown man, 50-something years old. That's not acceptable. Nowhere. Nowhere.
The RKelly, you know, some of you like out there have defended RKelly and said that RKelly, the women were gravitating to him, and RKelly, since he's a celebrity and he's famous, you know, people are going to gravitate to famous people, no matter what, no question about it. But then others saying that RKelly is a pedophile, he should be locked up and be in jail. Well, you know, only time will tell on that situation. But here's RKelly in his own words describing why he can get away with it. Take a look.
A 40 billion motherfuckers loving me.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to take this musical shit and I'm going to inject these motherfuckers with this musical, beautiful motherfucking shit.
No, don't do that. I can't afford no more kids.
No. You don't understand. I am handcuffed like a lot of you motherfuckers. I'm handcuffed by my destiny. It's too late. They should have did this shit 30 years ago. It's too late. The music has been injected into the world. Okay? I hired my motherfucking self. I want to propose a toast to all the strong motherfuckers in here right now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Motherfuckers like you is why I still continue to do what I do, because I have a basketball mentality. You understand? Well, as long as I got the ball, the world is on defense.
As you see, RKelly was bragging about his own situation that he said that they should have done it 30 years ago. What he meant to say was in 2002 when he was charged and he was vindicated over the sex tape issue by an underage girl having sex with cops, allegedly having sex with an underage girl. But this new documentary sheds new light to that, where RKelly and his famed protege at the time, Sparkle, and this whole thing where Sparkle's niece got involved and the situation turned ugly. Watch this.
When the trial began, this was a big media event, so it was a real circus.
The prosecution, their entire case was the tape. RKelly and an underage girl having sex.
They turned down the lights and they put it on, and it's grim.
Like, you hear things, but to see it visually, and for her to be so young. My oldest brother did get on the stand, and he said that it wasn't her. It wasn't my niece on the tape.
Before the verdict came down, I saw Sam Adams Jr., who was sitting next to RKelly, turn to him and say, "We did everything we could." And the mood in the room was very much that he was about to be a condemned man.
The series everyone is talking.
RKelly, Sparkle and Sparkle's niece, well, Sparkle and RKelly allegedly, engaged into some threesomes and by themselves with that infamous sex tape that everybody saw. But RKelly never said it was him. The girl denied that was her. So everyone knows, everyone's seen the tape. If you've seen the tape, you know what the tape is all about. I have seen it so many times. So it's just like, it looks like RKelly. The girl, is just being alleged. But at the same time, it's just is what it is on that. But it also brings up on docu-series that RKelly himself, growing up, was sexually molested. So I guess RKelly built in that frustration and that anger, and he turned it around and prey on young girls. So it's sort of like RKelly had a problem at a very young age, and, stuff like this happens, and, he could fix it, but, deep inside, he was hurting. So it what it is. And then, meanwhile, on that, remember back when RKelly and Aaliyah were dating? Well, they weren't dating, but they were sort of like protege, student teacher. Well, the student-teacher relationship came into fruition as RKelly and Aaliyah were indeed married, but the road manager admitted that he forged the signature and saying that Aaliyah really was scared, frightened, and didn't know what to do. And you can tell, and it was another thing. They're saying this too, that RKelly, Aaliyah, and Aaliyah's mom allegedly had a threesome. So it's just getting more stuff coming out there and it's being unveiled. So, it's getting heated up with that. And it's like, we don't know what to believe no more. And it's kind of like you're going with the victim stories and you understand the victim. But then again, if RKelly's doing that, he is a sick, twisted motherfucker for real. Dating the mom and the daughter in the bed. Come on. How freaky is that? And remember when we did Viral where we talked about RKelly's sex cult? Well, one of his victims recalled that story, and you won't believe what. Take a look.
I felt special. I actually thought that I was his girlfriend. I was living up there at that point. We were together all the time. I had no reason to question that we weren't. Life in the studio was kind of boring for the most part. You really couldn't have much interaction other than, I couldn't have much interaction with anyone other than Robert. At that time, I didn't know what a runner was. But later on, I realized it was just, the people that work at the studio, and they pretty much like run errands. My mom would call the studio. The runners would actually let Robert know that I had a phone call, and then he would let them know to transfer their call to me. I do know that there were times where when she would get through and she'd be upset and saying she couldn't contact me and things like that. So it very well could have been times where she was calling and they weren't allowed to put me through. One time, one of his friends came to the studio and he's speaking to everyone, and just a normal reaction, you speak back. Rob would get upset and say, you're not supposed to speak to them. You don't speak to anybody. You just look straight forward. If they speak to you, you don't say anything. Pretty early on, he kind of introduced you to everything that he was into. It was instructed to call him daddy during sex, but it went from that to pretty much all the time he'd be daddy. The first time Robert had me do sexual acts with him and another female, he actually told me it was going to be his first time and he wanted to do it with me. He would say things like, well, you know, if you love me, you won't try to change me. You know, if you love me, you'll accept me how I am. You know, if you love me, you'll do these things for me. So those would be the little pep talks he would give me. Robert would film our sex acts sometimes. He would never ask me if it was okay to be filmed, but he never hid the camera or anything like that. Once we did the threesome, it became more frequent. Then he started introducing me to other young women.
RKelly denies claims that he didn't have a sex code, but he got evicted into his two Atlanta houses. So RKelly, with this whole situation, it's just unfolding and is unraveling and stuff. And it don't stop there, as RKelly's former wife, ex-wife, RKelly, told her story. And many people was thinking, why would you kind of, you know, they didn't know what to believe RKelly, what her motives was in it. And let's hear what RKelly had to say. Watch this.
I don't give no fuck what you think about him personally, because we're not talking about that. But what we are talking about, him as a writer, performer, artist, producer, people that he has brought their careers back to life. We talking about from the eyes, he's revamping, bringing back Mr. Biggs and Charlie Wilson, like we gonna be Uncle Charlie, and working on that album from Kelly Price to Michael Jackson, Madonna, Whitney Houston, Toni Braxton. The list goes on and on and on. The man is undeniable. But at the end, I don't give no fuck what you think about him personally, because we're not talking about that. But what we are talking about, him as a writer, performer, artist, producer, people that he has brought their careers back to life. We talking about from the eyes, he's revamping, bringing back Mr. Biggs and Charlie Wilson, like we gonna be Uncle Charlie, and working on that album from Kelly Price to Michael Jackson, Madonna, Whitney Houston, Toni Braxton. The list goes on and on and on. The man is undeniable. But at the end, I don't give no fuck what you think about him personally, because we're not talking about that. But what we are talking about, him as a writer, performer, artist, producer, people that he has brought their careers back to life. We talking about from the eyes, he's revamping, bringing back Mr. Biggs and Charlie Wilson, like we gonna be Uncle Charlie, and working on that album from Kelly Price to Michael Jackson, Madonna, Whitney Houston, Toni Braxton. The list goes on and on and on. The man is undeniable. But at the end, I don't give no fuck what you think about him personally, because we're not talking about that. But what we are talking about, him as a writer, performer, artist, producer, people that he has brought their careers back to life. We talking about from the eyes, he's revamping, bringing back Mr. Biggs and Charlie Wilson, like we gonna be Uncle Charlie, and working on that album from Kelly Price to Michael Jackson, Madonna, Whitney Houston, Toni Braxton. The list goes on and on and on. The man is undeniable. But at the end, I don't give no fuck what you think about him personally, because we're not talking about that. But what we are talking about, him as a writer, performer, artist, producer, people that he has brought their careers back to life. We talking about from the eyes, he's revamping, bringing back Mr. Biggs and Charlie Wilson, like we gonna be Uncle Charlie, and working on that album from Kelly Price to Michael Jackson, Madonna, Whitney Houston, Toni Braxton. The list goes on and on and on. The man is undeniable. But at the end, I don't give no fuck what you think about him personally, because we're not talking about that. But what we are talking about, him as a writer, performer, artist, producer, people that he has brought their careers back to life. We talking about from the eyes, he's revamping, bringing back Mr. Biggs and Charlie Wilson, like we gonna be Uncle Charlie, and working on that album from Kelly Price to Michael Jackson, Madonna, Whitney Houston, Toni Braxton. The list goes on and on and on. The man is undeniable. But at the end,
RKelly said RKelly refused to pay child support. Regardless of not RKelly, them still your kids. At the end of the day, you bear Andrea to have those kids, so you need to take ample responsibility. Them your kids. You know, they don't need to suffer. You making your ex-wife suffer due to them. You know, they don't need to be in that. And that's what he did. But the docu-series to me was riveting, shocking, surreal. You kind of got hooked on it, like you wanted to know more. And it's like Lifetime gave you more, but then RKelly tried to prevent Lifetime from not showing the docu-series, and Lifetime, with standards and practices, showed the documentary in all its form. So you got a new look at what RKelly is all about, and you kind of wonder, like, you know, to people out there, if you have a daughter, you know, our sister, our mother, our cousin, our young cousin, you know, you would do your best to try to take heed to this and take, you know, knowledge and say, okay, I get that a lot of people out here are sick and twisted. It not only can be men too, it can be women too. But at the same time, you know, you need to be more active and more involved in your kids' lives and trying to see what's going on, trying to, you know, pick their brains. And I'm telling you at home what to do, but I'm just saying, you know, try to, you know, not be their friend, but try to be there for them. If something goes wrong, you know what to do. And this RKelly docu-series taught me, like, you know, when I have kids and they come along, I'm going to be more active and more aware of what my surroundings and their surroundings. You know, regardless of now, when somebody want to go to spend the night at somebody's house, heck no. No. So, no. You know, we get that, you know, kids want to be kids, and that's fair and dandy, but this RKelly's situation opened a whole bunch of can of worms. And I don't know what's going to happen to RKelly down the road. He's a good musician. Nothing against his music. It's just him as an individual is a sick, twisted human being. And John Legend got involved too, and he didn't kill. So, hey, you know, most of these folks don't kill these days, but he spoke his truth about RKelly. I didn't know he worked with RKelly or did something with RKelly, but you never know. So I would tell y'all out there, you know, be more open-minded and be more aware of what your kids are doing. So I'll say that. All right. That does it for Viral this week. I have been Kendrick Dix on another edition. We'll see you next time here on Viral.